Well, first of all, we only had one guy go to try to offensive rebound. They had more offensive rebounds than we had rebounds. I want you to hear what I just said. How did we – all I kept saying in the second half, let's get it to single digits. We do something good, they get an offensive rebound. We do something good, they get an offensive rebound. We make it 13, they get 2 offensive rebounds, 2 threes, and you look around like, guys, it has nothing to do with anything but rebounding. If I play a smaller team, guard's got to rebound defensively. I don't need you to offensive rebound, but defensively, you got to come up with balls. So, you know, we could play a bigger team with a do at 3, but like I said, he didn't play well today. He's probably had one of those this year. So in 14 games, he's had one other dud. He had it here. He couldn't make a free throw, and then he shoots an air ball 3. That's not who he is. But give them credit. They made him play that way.
John, now that you've played him, how is this Tennessee team maybe different from a year ago? Because obviously Tennessee won a really good league last year. Are they stronger in areas, weaker in some?
They're older. They're a year older. And so you got the transfer in, he helps them because he can stretch the floor a little bit. He's pretty good. And he hurt us rebounding. I think he had double-digit rebounds. Come on. I mean, who was guarding him or not blocking him out, whoever it was. Some of it was we went to help and he just went to the glass, but that's what we're trying to do. We want to send 3. If you watch the tape, we had one guy try to offensive rebound instead of a bunch of guys going in there and mixing it up. So we got work to do. We know we're not as good as the number 1 team in the country. In this league, I mean, every game you're going to play is going to be a hard game. Every one.
Yeah, offensively, you guys are held under 55 points for one of your teams. I think it's the first time in 2 years. Just what did Tennessee do defensively that kind of limited those looks?
2 things. They did a great job with our free throw shooting. We miss all kind of free throws. Second thing is we had a bunch of good threes, good looks, and you miss them. Look, I say this all the time. You don't have to make them all. You can't miss them all. And we missed every one that gave us a chance to get back. I mean, and some of them badly. But they're physical. They were giving us one tough shot, and if we created a good look and we missed some of them, I looked at him and said, guys, you're not going to make every shot. Just keep playing. Fight. You got to learn to fight when you're not playing well. So this was a great learning experience for this team. And now there's some soul searching. We're off tomorrow. We'll have some individual meetings on Monday to, you know, like I'm not cracking. I've been through a lot of this. Now, not many games like this, but there have been games like this where we just got totally manhandled. I remember at South Carolina they did it to us. And you walk out of the game, you have no chance of winning if that's what we are. So, but they're good. And it was a great crowd today. I thought they had no students. Maybe people wouldn't show. Well, they all came. I think students came back early to be here, to enjoy that.
And you mentioned the physicality after the Oakland game. Just where do you feel like that is at this time, and how do you kind of, I guess, get better as the league progresses?
Well, here's what I would tell you. If you're in there and you can't rebound, you can't be in. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at an assistant coach. Just rebound or someone else has to play. And that means you're going to have to go body to body. And I hate to tell you, we did it for 3 days. So you should say, well, you better try something different, because if you did all body-to-body stuff, we did all block-out things. We did block-out drills. You ready? Don't even rebound it. Just make sure your man doesn't get it. That really worked. So, you know, the one thing I would do different in this game, and I all night tossed and turned, we didn't do a shoot-around today. And I just felt our body time is noon. Pretty early. If I had to do it over again, we would have gone shoot around, because we had 3 or 4 guys like kind of no show. So basically, they slept, had breakfast, and never really, you play this team, you better be coming in ready to fight. And I don't mean fist fight. I mean battle. You better be first to the ball. You better be blocking out. You better run and get some free baskets, or it's going to be a hard game for you. And we didn't. So appreciate it, folks. Thank you. Happy holidays to everybody.
All right, just a reminder, you raise your hand for a question, which gives you a mic.
He's in control.
Okay, we got Tennessee head coach Rick Barnes here. We'll go right into questions. Please raise your hand and wait for a microphone. Start with Ben. Rick, just what led to the rebounding efforts today? When was the last time you saw an effort like that from a player like you?
Well, Igor is spectacular, and the last game we got out rebounded and didn't do the things that we had talked about, and I thought we played hard the last game that we played against Norfolk State, but we didn't play hard on the offensive glass, wasn't making the effort to get there, and that's got to be a part of who we are, obviously, and it's hard, but I thought his effort and what he did. We knew that he was a really good defensive rebounder coming here, but the fact that he's done so much on the offensive boards and did a lot today. He did a lot of good things out there, but just proud of our team effort. You guys know how much respect I have for John and his career and what he does and how he does things. And defensively, I thought they had a good game plan coming in. I think they scored on their first 4 baskets where they just really picked us apart and got us where we were over rotating, and we were able to adjust a little bit. But just a good, hard fought game, and just proud of the effort from everyone that played on our side and went in. I thought really tried to do the right things for us.
So, Grant, Ryan, Mike, Reese, Paige. What makes Igor an effective rebounder? Is it more than just
Well, I think he's got anticipation skills, obviously, but he's quick, got good hands, and but when it gets to those 50-50 rebounds, it's effort and making it. Coach Polinsky showed after the game the other day. He showed a football clip of a running back that got hit and talked about yardage after contact, and that's what offensive rebounding is. You're going to get hit. Can you go get some yardage afterwards and get yourself in position to either get it, open up a gap for somebody else to get it, tip it back, and but his effort, he's been pretty consistent with that all year. But like I said, our last game out, we didn't, not so much, but just proud of the effort these guys put into it today. I thought he was good. I thought he got back to bringing the physicality that we need. Not necessarily. I thought he set some good screens too, obviously, but away from the ball, what we need done with our transition game and his screening. And he was really trying to be physical. I told him when I took him out. I think the last time I took him out and said, if you want to play more minutes, you're going to have to figure out how to guard a ball screen without fouling and use your quickness, your skill, your physicality, because I said we need you out there. But I do think that he had the right mindset. Now, the more he keeps doing it, the better he's going to get with it. But if you know Felix like we do, I mean, he wants to be good. He wants to be challenged. And yesterday, I mean, you guys were there, you saw it, and I was glad the way he responded.
Seeing Chad do similar things to what he did today, but for a guy like him coming to this conference, what does it do when the first game looks like today?
Well, one, I think it's a compliment to his teammates, and I think he would say the same thing. And the fact that they're finding, looking for each other, know where to look for each other. I thought Jemiah Mashack, again, still coming off that injury with his hand. I thought a perfect example is when he drove the ball, had a chance to shoot it a couple times, but kept looking for the right guy. And he found Chaz a couple times, Z in transition, Jordan. They're looking for that, but where he can get so much better, and I thought we left him stranded today because out there where he was dribble, and that's not all his fault. We just left him out there on an island too much, and but the fact that, again, I've said it from day one, he's an incredible human being that wants to be coached, and I mean, you guys are here. I'm on him and going to stay on him, but he's shown nothing but great respect, great humility, and the fact that when you're like that, I think your teammates, they want to see you do well, and there's not one selfish thing about him. And matter of fact, they would tell you if you're not getting by people, it's because you're turning down shots. You know, they want him to shoot it, and he's got a quick trigger, as we know, which, I mean, it's quick, but again, he knows that we expect more from him, and I know he wants to do more, and he's learning, again, just like all these new guys defensively. We had a few breakdowns, and when not all of them, but some of them are with the new guys, that's where we've got to continue to get better with, you know, Igor. Like we left Boogie laying wide open one time, and we're fortunate he missed a shot. We had a couple of those, but that's where we can get better. Well, again, I've told him when he's open, taking good shots, we want him to shoot it. If people look at his numbers and say, I mean, Igor can shoot the ball, there's no doubt. But I've told him, and I've made sure our staff has echoed the same thing. He's so much more than the guy that can shoot the ball. I mean, his rebounding, I don't think anyone would have looked at him prior to this, the way he could impact games without making shots. And I'm a firm believer with guys like that, if they get lost in the game doing the dirty work, the rebounding, the screening, they're the guys that are going to get the great looks at the basket. And he still had a couple times a day where I think maybe played his most minutes today, and I thought he was a little fatigued, but where he can screen more and get away, he's going to open up opportunities for himself that way. But he's competitive, he's tough, and again, I think his best days are ahead of him.
Calipari said that when teams get ready to play your team, they need to be ready to fight. What is it a testament to that you have a team that plays with so much effort?
I think it goes to our players, and I think the good Lord that we've got a group of guys that are very unselfish, a group of guys that you know, we're extremely transparent with, and I don't think they're afraid to be told the truth. I think they're locked into each other. But I think all the credit goes to, if I could bottle the DNA of Zakai and Jemiah and even Igor, all of them, believe me, it's fun. If you could give that, and that's part of what those guys have done, how they're helping these guys that come in every year how to do that. And it's, I mean, sometimes I think about Zakai. I don't know why I actually woke up the other morning and thought about Z being a senior. I'm like, man, it's going to be a different deal without that guy. And everybody looks at his stat sheet. The thing that doesn't show up on that stat sheet is what he does 94 feet defensively for 30. If it had to be 40, he'd go 40. But it all goes to the players, and, you know, good families, and they come in knowing what we expect, and but they expect it from themselves too. That just needs to be reemphasized daily to them.
Rick, how rare is it for someone like, you know, for Lanier to have a release that quick and be that accurate from three? I mean, it just seems like that's one of the quicker releases in the game, really.
Well, it's one of the quickest I've been around. I'll be honest with you. I mean, he does. I mean, and it's deep. It's quick. It is. I mean, he gets rid of it, and it's hard to guard because obviously you don't want to put a guy like that on the free throw line with three. And but again, it goes back him doing his work early, getting off screens, getting his hips turned quick, because he's not going to get much separation. So he needs to have that, and that's why, again, I watch him do some things, and I know there's just so much more in there that he can get out. And but he's just an incredible kid. And again, he's here because he would tell you he wanted to be part of a team. And I'll never forget, he told me when he made up his mind, when he walked in here, I think at midnight, when he got here that night, the whole team was waiting on him. And I think that goes back to the other question. We've got a group of guys that really care about themselves, this university, and this basketball program.
Last one will be the hands I've seen up, so we'll go Rob, David, Ben, Ryan, Reese, and that's it.
Coach, you feel like that's a pretty good advertisement for what your team's about. You win a game by 25, you go shoot 40% from the field. How does it defense together?
Well, again, defense, and some of that's because we've had teams in the past that couldn't shoot 40% on when they were open. And so it was built on we're going to guard people and find a way to get enough points to win the game. And but it's just again, I just give a lot of credit to Shaq and Z for being here. Jordan certainly has improved to where he's at that level, and then we think that Felix is a rim protector. Igor, his pursuit, and we think D. Stone can become one of those kind of guys too. We really do. But Bishop is got that toughness about him. Just need to get him into games some more in situations, and I probably should have got him out there more today. He went in, and we talked to him about turnovers. I'm not sure that turnover was really his fault, but he was trying to do the right thing. And if anybody, that would have been my turnover because I wanted to get the ball into Felix. But we've got to. And we can, believe me, we can still get better. I don't think we're at quite the level we were a year ago defensively right now because we had some older guys had been here with us, but we've got older guys now that we've got to get them up to that before we're done at the end of the year.
Rick, I know when you're walking through the line at the very end, shaking hands, it's a quick thing, but did you have a chance to say anything to Jonas, and what was just your reaction to the crowd? Because obviously every time he touched it, everything you do.
Well, I love Jonas, and when I shook his hand, I hugged him. I said, "Jonas, I love you," and I do love him because he found a situation that was really hard for him to turn down, and he did it, which I have no problems with it. But I think it was hard. I mean, because he did a lot for us while he was here. But I wish him nothing but the best. I'd say the same thing about Cam Carr. It's like Jemiah Mashak said it best. He said, all we can do is pray for him and wish him the best, but we've got to take care of our business here and keep moving, and that's what we've done. Yeah, he was available if we needed him. He was. The situation didn't call for it.
Ryan and then Reese.
Talked yesterday about the challenge of SEC play for Chaz and Igor. I know it's just one game, but how encouraging was it to see them perform the way they did?
Again, we talk about it, and then now again, there's guys that it's just we have such a high expectations for both of those guys because they're older, they've been around, and they're really, really, really terrific basketball players. But you're always pushing to get more and more, and what I'm thankful for is they're able to take that. They're able to take it. They know that what we did today looked good today, but we got to be better tomorrow, and. So that's our approach to it, and they know it. They know we'll go in that film room tomorrow and scrub this out real quick before we get on to the next one. But they know they're going to be shown more things they can probably improve on, more so than things they did well. And that's what – and those guys are a group of guys that take that approach. That's why they're fun to coach. Well, again, setting up his cuts, not fighting it, back cutting, moving, going from one area of the floor to the next if need be. And he's going downhill, but he's going to have to realize he's going to have to finish it all the way to the rim. But you go back and watch the play that Jordan Gainey made, that layup he made was a big-time layup. He got quicker the closer he got to the rim. Chaz and Igor both have a tendency to slow down right at the rim. Well, that's where you got to finish it, and that's an area that he can get better with. And fact that he's making the effort to do it, I do think he's got to get a little more lean, a little more physicality when he gets down in there with his shoulders. But he, again, he wants to get better, but his movement without the ball has improved, and but he'll have to continue to improve because it's only going to get ratcheted up because I can assure you, every team in this league where they are today is going to get better tomorrow. I mean, I've said forever, John Calipari does as good as anyone of his team, improving from the beginning of the year to the end, and we've got to want people to say that about us.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Just so everyone knows, women's basketball team's practicing out there beginning at about 4:30. So basically after we're done in here, anyone who needs to shoot stand-ups, can you go to the concourse or someplace back here? Anyone working in here or someplace else? I'm the middleman on this, but can't be out there with their practice. After this, obviously, if you guys have stuff out there, you can go grab it from press row, but cannot work on press row while the women's team. That's starting at 4:30 or 4:20, 4:25, so probably 5 minutes after we're done here. I apologize. Somebody practice it in the practice.
Can we go work in practice?
Work in practice, fine.
We'll
Yeah.
use the
If
practice.
anyone needs to do stand-ups and wants a basketball court in the background, you can go to practice. Anyone who wants to go to Pratt, after you have your stuff, Liz will walk you over to Pratt. I'm good. Sorry, I apologize. I wish that I had better news for you. If Preston walk, you said? They can request that. Or can we bring it on?
Bring back. Bring back Wyatt. Bring back Wyatt. Sean would say, I don't give a fuck.
Shoppers?
Then he'd walk away.
I will say Eric. First you take away our phones.
He wants both his old.
I don't want to hate on your shoes, but I'm just, it's never something you want to for suburban man? Yeah, for
Yeah. Well, you should see what he did today. He was a maniac today.
Working on commission. What are you talking about?
Liz, have you seen 8 Mile back before your time? Yes, it is. There's a final rap battle in that movie. He's got on a battle and show. I'm shocked. Okay, let's do it. Chill. The Alex. Talking to your frustrated without his on the third. Said it multiple times. The math. Very aggressive around that. Very aggressive around that.
The first half, Arkansas had 3 more rebounds than
Well, let's just count 45 minutes. Already? What state secrets are going on that we can't write or read?
Guarantee the full
Central Michigan, San Diego, and Texas.
Oh,
Is that step too tall for you?
Clearly it was too low. Yeah, you have no hair, bro. Don't try to wear a hat this week. You trying to wear a hat to cover it up. You have no hair. Oh, nah, you good though. Hit out him.
And senior forward Igor Milicic, 18 rebounds, the most by a Tennessee player since March 2014. Go right into questions, and please raise your hand. Wait for a mic. Ben, quick once again.
Oh, it was just impressive to see how many he could steal from people. Really. Nah, I'm just playing, but you know, he goes at it every day in practice. Like he make it I see that he makes it like a priority to get to the glass. You know, Coach GP, he's on everybody about crashing the glass. And well, I knew just recruiting him last year that I remember me and GP having to talk about him that they didn't crash the glass at his other school, but that's what he wanted to do, and just seeing how he goes at it every single day in practice and seeing him go at it at night, even if he not shooting the ball well, I could count on him to go get 10 rebounds or go get 5 old boards. So, you know, I just see it every day, but that's really impressive that he does it day in and day out.
Grant, Rob, Ryan, Mike.
I mean, coaches tell me to go crash the board, so I just go, and my teammates block out for me. So, you know, I just got to go jump and get it. So it's really not that hard, honestly.
He's 6'10", bro.
That's what I'm saying. You got 10 boards one game, bro.
I'm 6'10", too.
Igor, what makes a good rebounder? What's the most important skill that you need to have to be a good rebounder?
Just got to be consistent. Got to be consistent. Even though when you're tired, you got to just crash it and, you know, believe that the ball's going to fall into your hands. Sometimes it won't, sometimes it will. Today it did, so, you know, I'm happy with it.
was that kind of a blueprint for how you guys play today? You beat a ranked team of almost 25, 40% of the floor. It's kind of an outcome.
I feel like we just did what we do every single day in practice. And, you know, we got some tough days in practice, but we go at it. Like I say all the time, we go at it like we don't like each other or we don't know each other. And a lot of people don't understand that, but that's what it really is. And, you know, if we do what we practice, I feel like we just going to go out there and show it every night, and we just going to have these type of games. So, you know, just doing what we do, just showing how tough we are, that's just normal to us for real.
Coach Cal used the word manhandle to describe what y'all do. How much pride you take in that type of physical performance?
We take a lot of pride. You know, us losing a rebounding battle, stuff like that, losing a 50-50 ball, you know, it irks us, I would like to say. So, you know, coming back to the bench, we might lose one 50-50 ball. Guys are getting on each other, or if we lose a segment in rebounding, you know, the coaches are getting on us, or we might be getting on each other. So, you know, we just take a lot of pride on the little things, and that translates to show how tough we really are.
You guys have kind of referenced this, but at Charlotte, it was a slower tempo. You guys didn't crash the glass. And how much fun is it getting the rebound the way that you guys do this?
I mean, it's fun. It's just another opportunity to score. And, you know, today Chaz and Zakai got a few of them off the few threes off I think, mine offensive rebounds, but also Fee gets them, K gets them. So it's not just me who rebounds, it's all of us. And we definitely get extra opportunities to score, and it shows with the shooting that we have here. So it's really fun. And, of course, sometimes you get a putback, right?
So Paige, Reese, David.
Lauren said that Greg once he showed you guys a video of a running back and his yards after contact. That's essentially what rebounds are, it's just stalled effort. Is that normal that he'll show you clips like that? Did that inspire the rebounding effort today?
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. You know, like sometimes coaches will show us some clips that aren't basketball. You know, they might show us something, well, golfing and their mindset, or it might show us football and just like yards after hit. So, you know, just showing us things like that, I feel like it'll get us mentally ready more than anything. And if we put our mind to it, we could do anything out there on that court.
How much of a difference, or how does it feel to finally hit a couple threes, and how much of a difference does it make this offense when you are able to stretch the floor with it?
It feels good. You know, I've been missing for a little while, but in conference play I'm 40%, so we'll keep him shooting.
Keep it shooting.
And I just needed one to get in. It went in early, so you know, I got my, let's say, confidence back, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I know I'm a shooter, so I won't just stop shooting.
David, Ben, Ryan.
I feel like every night our crowd is the best, and I don't feel like it was just a Jonas thing. I feel like they just gonna bring the energy no matter what. If it was Jonas, if it was Kentucky, if it's Florida, no matter what team in the conference it is or what team in the country, we got the best fans in the country. So I feel like they're gonna bring the energy and feed the floor no matter what. I don't really remember what I said, heat of the moment, but it was fun playing against him. Basketball brought me and him closer as friends, and if it wasn't for basketball, I would have never known Jonas. So, outside of this, that's still my brother, but, we on the court between the lines. I don't know him, and he don't know me. So it was just really good. It was a good time seeing the scoreboard at the end of the game, though, and him being on the other team. But, buzzer go off, that's still my brother at the end of the day.
Ryan West, last tip.
Igor, what your teammates, what your coaches tell you about SEC play, and how good was this for your confidence to have a big game with SEC play?
I mean, since the recruiting, they've been telling me that it's the most physical league, probably the best league this year, and which shows with the records of all the teams in the SEC. So for a long time, I've been waiting for this, and SEC is a good league, so every team is good. We got to be prepared every game, but this game that I had today, 18 rebounds, is the more important thing than 13 points. So. I'll have to be aggressive on the boards every game and get better defensively and, help my team win, which I think I did today. That's about it. Just got to get my confidence up and we good.
Last question.
Obviously, a guy who plays perimeter defense like you see a lot of guys who play a different way. Have you ever seen someone who gets rid of the ball quicker than Chaz does? It just seems like it's almost one motion, catches it, shots it.
Yeah, he got a really quick release. I remember, the coaches telling me how he played and describing him to me, through the recruiting process. And, just being on the court with him, it actually is crazy sometimes. I tell him, if he shoot 30 shots in a game, we don't care. We want him to do it. And we know he's a really good shooter. And if somebody got 2 feet inside the three, we know as a whole that it's going up. So, as quick a release he got and as good as a shooter he is, we want him to shoot the ball every time he's a little bit open. But, just being on the court with him, it is a really good time. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to be a point guard because, that's an easy opportunity to get an assist.
Thanks, everyone.
I didn't, bro. My mom told me. I wish I saw it.
You like it?
I wish. That's my old man.